Hello, Tam Fam. Amen. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Today is the day of our Spring into Jesus collaboration, and I am so excited that you guys are here. I'm so excited to be hosting this collaboration with my girl Kay from Creating with Miss Kay and Miss Inez from Wild Things Creative Craft Scene, or the collab scene, Mr. Ray of One Way Design 238. So as we spring into this new season of freshness and newness, just want to remind you guys of the reason for this season, and it is Jesus. So as you can see, I've already started my craft, and I'm going to explain to you what's going on, then pop back in, talk to you a little bit more about this awesome, wonderful, faith-based collab. So in this first DIY, I am using one of my favorite things, which is this paper from Dollar Tree. And I'm using also a cross from Dollar Tree, and I really like it because it has a really cute ornate shape. And all I'm going to do is trace around my paper, then cut the paper, and then glue it down to the cross. Now I'm creating this because I'm trying to create a little vignette, that type of what you call that, where it's kind of like, what do you call that, an hourglass? I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like a little scenery. So you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna cut my paper and glue it, and then I'll show you what I'm going to be working with. So for the Spring into Jesus DIY collaboration slash Tablescape, we just wanted you guys to create any type of DIY or setting that basically just talked about your faith and your love for God, right? So we wanted you to use something that had a cross in it, something that had the name Jesus in it, and we just wanted you to have fun and be as creative as you possibly can while honoring God. So the next thing I'm doing here is I'm taking a piece of this pearl glittery glam type of sticker from the Dollar Tree. I'm just gonna pop a piece in the center, and then I went ahead and also added some. Here's what I'm gonna show you guys. So this vase is humongous, and so what I did was I flipped it upside down and I added a glass knob to it, and then also added that same pearl sticker from the Dollar Tree around the rim, because I'm actually going to be placing it upside down. Yes, upside down. So I'm just going to add this display to my my glammed out mirror tray that I made in a DIY a few weeks back. So I'm just adding in my little scenery. I want the cross, and I want some florals to match my colors, and some greenery and some eggs. So I'm just setting that up on my server, and yeah, I think this is going to come out really, really pretty. Oh, there goes one of my other DIYs. You'll see how I make that one that's hanging on the wall later on in the video. So today I'm making 3 DIYs for you. This is the first one. This is what it looked like, guys, and again, I don't know what this thing is called, but this is my vision. I just wanted to have a cute little display with my blinged out cross. So let me know in the comments what you think of that first DIY. So now on to my next DIY. Trying to decide which paper I'm going to use with this frame. Okay, so as I'm looking at this, I literally just had an idea of, because this to me, this oval looks like a perfect egg shape. So I could cut this out, maybe with fabric, maybe with another piece of paper, wrapping paper or whatever, and then make a little banner so it would have egg shapes, and then maybe some type of floral or ribbon in between or something like that. Even though that's not what I'm doing right now, I'm going to be doing this one. So when I have ideas, I just started doing this because then I can never remember. So I take my little list pad and I write down my list of ideas, because I will get up and forget that I had that idea. It's just something I can go back to and say I have another collaboration or another challenge to create some Easter DIYs. So this is also from that floral collection from the Dollar Tree, from their wedding section. So I buy this one, and I have tons of these. As you can see, I use it to protect my desk. I have a huge desk and it's white, so I just change this paper as needed, and it's my work surface. So this is what I use. So every time I see this, I buy it. So you guys recognize this, right? So this used to be black, and this comes out at the Dollar Tree for their Halloween season. And I use this for another decor piece. This is actually my third reuse of this, because the first time I used it in my classroom to add some decor, and then the second time I had it like this for my coffee bar. So now I'm going to be doing this. Right, so we're just gonna pop it. It should pop. Okay, that was a struggle. Okay, so here it is. So now I don't want to mess up this. This is also from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so I just painted this white. And I'm thinking I wanted to do something else to it, but at this point I'm not sure. But before I do that, now I have this cross, and I kind of want to do it off on an angle. I tried that, but I'm not too liking that. But now the question is, I don't want this to be too busy to fight with that, right? And do silver glitter. But then how do I write what I want to write? Alright, y'all, I'm contemplating. Maybe it's easier if I just paint it. I should just paint this white. I think I'm just going to paint this white. I used this in my project, right? And I was about to go and take wood filler and fill this in and then sand this down. I was like, chick, you don't need to go through all of that. So we also stipulated that this be a no-spend DIY project or a decor project, just so people didn't have to go out and spend money. We really just wanted you guys to have fun and reuse what you already had. So guys, while you're watching me just trace and write out, I know my Redeemer lives in another cross. Please make sure that you are checking out the playlist when you are finished watching all of my DIYs. And please guys, make sure you watch our videos from beginning to end, because that really helps us out a lot. And we also wanted you guys to talk to us a little bit about your favorite scripture or your favorite hymn. And I remember I used to be in the choir in my college and my church, and it's so funny because in church I sing alto, but in school I sang soprano. But anyways, I absolutely love gospel music, and I love hymns and spirituals and contemporary old school choir stuff. It doesn't matter. I love it all. But at the end of the day, it just really always makes me feel so connected to God, and that's what it's all about for me. The music that makes me feel so connected. So my favorite hymn, as you're going to see, is What a Friend We Have in Jesus. And it's so simple, and it really is just about having a relationship with God and just talking to him and telling him all about your troubles and just letting it be, just leaving it there. I'm telling you, it is amazing. So for this DIY, for the rest of it here, I'm just adding it because I wanted this feature to be standing up on its own. So basically you can see what I did. So after that, this DIY is pretty much done, and so I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to get into my favorite of all the DIYs, which is the one with the hymn and the cross. So this one, guys, I just had to pop a little piece of skewer so that it will stand up and be supported in the back. So I absolutely love how this came out, and that was spray painted rose gold. And I like that this cross is completely different from the other one. And of course, the one I'm going to make, yeah, I don't need to say that. So please, if you're still here, let me know what you think in the comments. And of course, for everybody who's participating and just sharing with us a little bit about your faith, your love for God, I thank you for participating. So here it is. So let me know in the comments what you think. So now for this next DIY, I just took one of these old signs from the Dollar Trees. I believe it's one of their Halloween signs. You see my theme? Halloween things don't stay in my house because we don't celebrate Halloween. So I buy them and convert them to Jesus. I buy them and bring them on over to Jesus. So here we go. So for this one, you know, my colors are that mint green and coral and peach. So I just spray painted the back because it was already smooth and I didn't have to go and try to get all that glitter off the side. So I printed out a copy of my favorite hymn, which is What a Friend We Have in Jesus. And I also chose this one. Well, I also wanted to use this one because it already has Jesus in it, right? So there's so many hymns like I Know My Redeemer Lives, Near the Cross. It is so many. It is well with my soul. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And my grandmother used to have a church in the backyard when I lived in Jamaica. And fun fact, Jamaica is the church capital of the world. Like, it is in the Guinness Book of Records for having the most number of churches per square feet. Because you know we're a small island. So anyways, I'm basically just going to be adding some glue to the back and gluing it down. So here's some florals I'm adding from, I got this box of florals from Amazon, I believe. Yeah, from Amazon. And as I added the florals, I really loved how it made it pop. And this was such an easy and quick and simple DIY. And so as I looked at it, so I'm going backwards. As I looked at it, I realized I didn't like how the white paper popped. So I decided that I wanted to do something to make it look a little aged, which is also the reason why I tore the paper. If you notice, I did that in the beginning. Sorry, I didn't explain my thinking before. So I tore the paper, and that still wasn't enough. So little man Cody was decided that he wanted some tea earlier on in the day, and of course he did not drink it. um so I just decided, you know what, I can use the tea technique. So I got a piece of paper towel and the rest of the tea that he didn't drink, and I decided to put it to use. Do that several different times because it was a ginger tea. So it wasn't like a black tea where the color would be a little bit more rich and pronounced on the paper. So I had to do that process about 3 or 4 times until I got to my desired look. Now it didn't look fully how I wanted it, but it looked raggedy. It looked old enough and that's what I wanted. I'm just dabbing the tea with a piece of paper towel, and I tried to let it not fully soak so it wouldn't mess with the print of the words. And in between each time I just let it dry. So that's that. So then this wasn't a quick DIY. Then let me take that back, because I had to wait in the process for it to dry. So I just went on to doing something else. So now I decided I want to add a little cross. So I'm just going to be using these dowels that I had stained prior to this for another project, and I never used it. And so I'm just going to be taking a little piece of my peach eyelash trim from the DT and just wrapping it around, and then I'm going to use my little pliers and cut it to the size that I want. So the next thing I'm going to do is just simple. I'm just going to find the right spot and I'm going to hot glue it down on my board. So at this point, guys, I thought I was done. And then a voice said, nah, you're not done. So I decided to make a little planter box to sit that piece in. So I got some more of this wrapping paper from the Dollar Tree. This time it's that cream beige one, and from the wedding section. And I'm using one of these little candy cane boxes. I'm just going to turn it upside down, and I'm just going to tape the paper instead of hot gluing so that I can actually use the candy cane as it's supposed to be during the Christmas season. So as you see, I just cut the paper to size. And if you're going to be doing this, or you can hot glue, you can add fabric, you can add glitter, you can do whatever floats your boat. Because when I do these DIYs, they are tailored to me and my taste, right? So if I'm going to inspire you to try it, then you have to tailor it to you and your taste, right? That's what it's all about. So guys, I'm just gonna hot glue it in there and make sure that it's secure. And then I'm gonna take some greenery. What do you call that greenery? Moss, kind of like a moss. So I'm just going to add the greenery around it. And after I've done that, I'm pretty much now going to be very satisfied with this DIY. I decided to not add the ribbon to the cross. And I also decided to just add another cross to it once I was displaying it. But my finished project is really here, as you're going to see. I'm just going to add the moss to the front and the back. And this is one of my favorite projects because I really just love the simplicity of it. And this can stand up on its own, or you can hang it on the wall, as you're going to see. So here's a finished project, and I absolutely love this. And I used some stickers, and I just put Jesus on the front, and those were some gold stickers. So while you're watching my final reveal, I just want to again call your attention to my co-hosts, which are Inez from Wild Things Creative Crafting, Ray from One Way Designs, and both of them are glam DIYers. They make some awesome craft. Oh my goodness. Ray has his series on wedding centerpieces and just using glass and just bling. He is absolutely amazing as a crafter. And of course, you know, Miss K. Miss K does it all, right? Jack of all trades. She does DIYs, she does tablescapes, home decor. She has a beautiful home. And I absolutely love all of my co-hosts. I'm so excited to work with them and excited to have met them here on this platform. So please don't forget to check out the playlist, guys. It will be linked in the description box below. And also make sure that you go over and show them some love and tell that Tamara of Love My Babies sent you over to their channels. I hope that you will subscribe, that you will hit their like buttons, that you will send them a comment, and just tell them how much you enjoyed their DIYs or tablescapes or whatever it is that they decided to do to show their faith and their love for Jesus. So if you have participated in this collab, once again, thank you. We appreciate you. We hope you had fun and fellowship, and I hope that you guys are safe, happy, healthy, and blessed. Take care, everybody.